Well, hey there, creepy critters and everyone else new to our show, channel, whatever. We are trash people from the dump. I'm Frankie Landfill.
And I'm Gore.
And this is our movie review portion of the show. This is where we talk about movies, new movies specifically. If it's me, it's new movies. Or fan requests. We got a fan request to talk about today. Are we including that today?
Are we? Did we? Oh, we did watch it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. So we'll include that today, yeah.
So, yep, fan suggestion we'll talk about today. And some other new movies that you can
Once we're vaccinated and feel safe enough going back to the theater and can go back to the theater, we'll start doing what we used to do, which is, go to the latest movies in the theater. But right now, it's what's available streaming. Some of them are also available in the theater if that's something you can do right now safely, but we can't.
Follow, honestly, we haven't talked about this, but follow Aunt Gore on TikTok for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And that, if you want. But we might do, I think it'd be kind of cool, at least maybe on yours, maybe do like first impressions after the movie.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like, I filmed
something.
like a TikTok or two, and I haven't posted them, but of us watching a couple of them. Yeah, I think I'll start doing that maybe. Like just a little taste. You'll still want to come back here and get our full review.
Like we used to do those first impressions.
Oh yeah, we did a long time ago.
So it'd be kind of like doing that again.
We might start doing that with any friends that feel comfortable being on camera.
Yeah. So check out our TikToks for that.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
But we're gonna start off with Dark Web Cicada or Cicada.
Yeah.
Cicada? How do you say it?
Cicada.
Is it Cicada? That's what I assumed, but I don't know. And it's 3301.
So this is based sort of on a real thing. There's this group of nerdy internet people that like to play games and do ARG, alternate reality kind of games. The Lilith Lopez thing that we took part in, that was kind of that.
So fun. We need to do a wrap up of that.
This is kind of the same idea, except it's more for you really need to know your way around the internet and how to find information and how to dig into electronic files and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And dark web stuff.
And they haven't done it in a long time, at least as far as I've heard. They did it a handful of times. But the whole thing is it's a big scavengery internet treasure hunt puzzle thing. And after you solve the puzzle, you get to be part of this membership of nerdy people who like puzzles. And this movie takes that concept and makes it into a big conspiracy where it's actually some weird government recruiting kind of thing, or shadow government recruiting thing, and that's kind of interesting. But I mean, in reality, it's just a bunch of nerds that like to play games. I mean, it's like people probably obsess over the crossword puzzle. It's those people.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine this is for a big secret government thing. But it's fun to think about those kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't personally take them too seriously. It's fine to think about.
But the movie itself, all that sounds interesting, but I mean, it did not hold my attention.
It's kind of this weird bonkers comedy too, and but it's never ever that good.
Yeah, there's moments it's just really funny and weird and but then it doesn't fit the rest of the movie.
We've just
odd.
Seen better versions of it.
Yeah, that's probably.
I can't think of what it's called, but there's this one horror movie that's based on that secret, real life group. It's the
that
Bohemian
old
Grove
too
or
early
something
too.
That.
Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, maybe I don't know, but it was a found footage style. Where it was these two guys investigating.
I was thinking of something even older.
And then they get wrapped up into this whole thing, and it's kind of a play on the.
That one was that was
actually pretty good, and it kept me on the edge of the seat, and I actually thought that was a really really good one. If we remember the name of that, we'll put that somewhere.
Yeah,
down below.
We'll try and dig that up on our phone and see.
But I would honestly watch that instead of this. This was really cheesy and kind of stupid.
It just.
it wasn't
the
the
tone
best.
was weird. It was like I said, it was all over the place, and I don't know what it wanted to be.
Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
Not
I
something
gave it a C, maybe a B minus.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If it's free somewhere, check it out.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, I think it was $5.99 to rent. I'm not sure if that one was available in the theater or not, but I mean,
And that's still not
recommend.
worth it. Anyway.
Next is a much funner movie, in my opinion. Slaxx.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
that's just available free on Shudder if you have Shudder. If you're a horror fan, I would recommend Shudder. It's not very expensive as far as the streaming services go. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like only $5 or something like that. But they have a fairly good library. Not as huge as I'd like, but I feel like they keep adding stuff all the time.
You have to understand, like, when it comes to rights to movies, it's really tricky and
sometimes
terrible.
it's just like a fucking puzzly nightmare to try and get.
Honestly, figuring out who has the rights to certain movies might get you into that Cicada Club.
But this one is about killer jeans.
Yeah.
And it's like even better
Did you say
than
the title?
Slaxx, yeah.
Slaxx,
Slaxx. With an extra X.
Yeah, Slaxx. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's just if you've seen Bad Hair or In Fabric, it's kind of along that line of movie. If you like those, I like those, both of those a lot. I think I like Bad Hair a little bit more than In Fabric, but I still like both of them.
Yeah, I think so too. But In Fabric was really wild and over the top.
I just feel like Bad Hair was probably a little more humorous, maybe. Yeah, it's for self-adjusting jeans, and something goes terribly wrong.
Yeah.
I think I have a TikTok in my draft of like one scene. I might post that later.
All I know is that those pants is hungry. Hungry pants.
I don't want to say too much. I mean, we've already spoiled it enough.
Well, it's in the
but,
title,
I
Killer
mean,
Pants.
Obviously.
That's the whole gist here. But this is a fantastically funny and crazy movie. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Very over the top, very gory and gross. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also, I think they used almost entirely all practical effects, and you actually, if you watch the end credits and everything, because they show scenes of them doing the practical effects, which is really interesting to me. So yeah, I love that movie. That was a fun one.
Yeah, highly recommend Slaxx. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's all I have on that one. Did I rate it? I didn't rate it, but I probably like an A minus.
Yeah, probably some price.
A minus, B plus.
Somewhere around there, yeah. That's probably what I'd give it.
Okay, next up, which is the reason I'm wearing my top today, which you can get one of these fabulous tops in whatever horror or alternative print you like from Joyce Boss or Joss Boss. I need to ask her. It's terrible. I should know how to pronounce their name. But
super cute though.
But she has amazing clothing, so go check her out. And it's like mostly made to order. She has some things that are not made to order, but most of her stuff is made to order. So like if you have weird size issues or whatever, fantastic. And she goes all plus sizes and smaller. So okay, anyways, enough about that. Godzilla vs Kong.
So if you don't like any of the new ones, this is the best one of the new ones in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or the American ones. So.
Yeah, the new yeah.
Well, because there has been new traditional Godzilla movies being made while we've.
Has there?
Yeah, there's at least one new one that we still need to see, and then some other. Anyways, but this was like the dumbest plot in any movie ever, but it was so much fun to watch. I really enjoyed this. Granted, we watched this at home and we're smoking bowls. And
yeah, you actually got to enjoy pot while watching this time. But I do feel like, because I'm stoned every time we go see a movie, so but I feel like it definitely, the thing we always thought was missing is there wasn't enough monster. Yep. And you couldn't see it because they always hid it in the dark or whatever. But this time there was enough like daytime scenes and stuff that you could actually like see the monsters and see the fights and all that.
Yep.
But yeah.
It was this is really awesome. But just FYI, this is not super spoilery, but it's a little spoilery. But if you think like going into this that one of them's gonna be the good guy or the bad guy, you don't know these kind of movies that well.
Yeah, like
just know that this isn't like
it's not just Kong.
Yeah, this is more like our fan put it nicely. It's kind of more like Batman versus Superman in the versus sense, where it's not a true versus movie, but it's still awesome. I thought this was so much fun. The dialogue was as cheesy and basic as it gets. It was some really...
Yeah, I wrote down that they're really phoned in the script, which is always the problem, especially with the newer ones, I feel like.
But I feel like it was just so not important. It was just like, let's get to these cool scenes and show them.
Which is what we want. That's what we're there for.
Like, yeah, so this honestly is my favorite of the new King Kong Godzilla movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
I like Skull Island a lot, actually. I really did enjoy Skull Island.
I didn't hate Skull Island, but I still like this one better than Skull Island.
I wasn't a giant fan of the Bryan Cranston Godzilla.
No.
And I'm certainly not a fan of the Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
Oh, God.
Anyways. But check it out if you're a fan of the Godzilla movies.
And it's free on HBO if you have an HBO subscription, or you can go see it in theater. So.
Yep, it's really turn your brain off, fun popcorn movie. I really liked it.
I don't know if I gave it a rating, but I mean,
I'd probably give it a B.
If we're comparing it to all the other new ones,
give it a B.
New American ones, B is probably fair. B plus maybe even.
Because it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. One thing about they ride in these vehicles that they call heaves, and I think that's pretty stupid. But I mean, call it something. Why call it a heave? But I mean, whatever. That's their choices.
It just gives me images of vomiting every time I hear it.
Vomit. But most of this movie is the main characters riding around in this heave. And
it's very sci-fi for random reasons.
Yeah, it's like a spaceship kind of thing that they follow around, but they like follow through, like it's an intense thrill ride that you follow them with, and I'm like, this is totally gonna be a ride at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Because it's like you could honestly turn the whole movie into the ride, because like for all the cool scenes, they're like flying around this heave thing for like good 45 minutes of the movie, so that could be the ride right there, and it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would honestly be thrilled to go on that ride, because I thought this movie was great and it would make a good ride. Universal, hire me for more ideas.
Okay, the next one, I almost want to look on my phone. I can't remember who the actress was.
What?
Because I listed the actors and I didn't list the actress, because she's somebody. Chaos Walking.
The main girl from the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we're going to talk about Chaos Walking.
So definitely some mixed feelings about
this movie has Tom Holland, who everyone now knows as Spider-Man.
Daisy Ridley from the new Star Wars movies. There's the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, there's the Jonas Brothers. And Mads Mikkelsen is in this.
I forgot about that.
A whole cast of random celebrities that do not want to be in this movie.
Like, the writing is just so piss poor.
So,
it's so sexist. Just like forewarning.
If you have some less traditional views on gender and sexuality, like you should if you're watching our channel. But if you're closed-minded about those ideas, then this movie might be for you. But the whole concept here is that people escaping Earth, I assume Earth is dying, they're colonizing other planets. And like colonizers we are. I mean, they kind of addressed some of that, but I thought that was going to be the main point of this movie, and it wasn't.
No.
So after landing on this planet, all the men start to hear, or all their men's thoughts come out of them in this weird fart cloud that comes out of their head.
I mean, that sounds about right?
That everyone can hear.
That only the men.
Yeah, all right. But their thoughts project out of their heads, so if you can't control your thoughts, everyone can hear your thoughts. Yeah. And all the women are gone because they were killed by. Well, did we write down what they called the stupid? Weren't they like? What was it? It was something really stupid. So yeah, it's just and the aliens, the alien natives, the native aliens or whatever you call them, the creatures that lived here before they colonized it, are called the spackle. Why?
It's like the heat. Right?
Let's not name things like that. Let's not call them spackle. The spackles are coming. Better watch out for the spackle. It sounds like something you like put on your wall to cover holes. Put some spackle on the wall. Just silly. But yeah, this movie's really not worth it.
Oh, also besides like the sexist nature of this movie, there's also animal murder, so trigger warning with that. But yeah, just you had to pay to rent it. I think it's in theater too, but
you can not see this.
I'd either just completely skip it or like wait till it's free. In my own opinion,
this is not worth your time. I would probably give it like a C-, B+.
Yeah.
And it's not like the act. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting
the writing
ideas.
Is just atrocious.
And then like it's just like when you sit down and think about any of this and the way it played out and how the different towns' histories played out, especially the all-male town. It's like,
it's icky.
I don't quite understand how this would work and at all. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, that too.
It's really not well thought out. It's just like, I have a great idea and nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
You can skip it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Next one is Dead. It is free on Amazon, or you can pay $3.99 to rent it. I'm assuming it might also be in theaters. I'm not sure about that. But I think it was British, wasn't it? I don't think it was an American film. This is the one I was gonna reference. Extraordinary is kind of like a better movie of this.
I don't remember that one either.
That's the one with Will Forte, and the one girl can like see.
Yes. What was this one about?
This, I mean, same kind of. It was the one like dude who like could see ghosts, and then like.
Oh, okay. It was the one where he saw the sheriff dead. It was the sheriff who was dead. Oh, this was great. I like this one a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad. I'm just saying, like, as far as this storyline goes, we've seen
I don't know.
Better.
Extraordinary. I see.
No.
I don't know. I think it's at least on par with this one. It's not a new idea.
No.
I have some. I mean, it's nice that they have some representation.
It's like there was a part in it that just really drugged for a moment for me.
Yeah.
Like it got better at the end again, but it drug in the middle.
I guess. I thought it was really entertaining. Okay. I was happy there was some. There's some gay representation, but like.
Some of it was a little stereotypical
kind of things, and then like they have like the aggressive old gay guy. I don't know. It's a little stereotypy, but one of the main hero characters, the ghost guy, is a gay guy, and you know his character's not as stereotypical or ridiculous.
Yeah, his character isn't. It's just when they go to the gay bar, it's a little.
But this is a really over-the-top, wacky kind of movie, especially when it gets to the end.
I did
silly.
appreciate the very, very end, like the end credit end.
I recommend checking this one out if you like movies where someone can talk to ghosts and solve problems.
Yeah.
My favorite of this genre is Frighteners with Michael J. Fox.
I also really like if you want a TV series. I can't think.
Oh yeah, the one with Saw.
the guy from Reaper. Yeah, it was on Hulu. I think it was a Hulu original.
Yeah, but that one's like a guy who's like a private investigator kind of thing.
Yeah,
to talk to ghosts.
Yeah.
And that one's pretty good too. That's a good show.
But yeah, that one's not bad. I gave it a C plus, maybe a B minus.
I'd probably give it a B.
You probably
minus.
give it a little bit higher. But yeah. It's like I said, free on Amazon or $3.99 to round like Voodoo. Or
One thing I liked real fast is like the main guy wasn't like a con artist, even though he could talk to ghosts.
Yeah, he wasn't a douchebag, which that happens a lot. He's either like the character,
A lot of times, the person who can talk to ghosts is like conning people or being a total jerk, and this guy wasn't that, so that was kind of nice.
Yeah. Next one is Ax'Em, which...
This is a audience suggestion.
Oh, okay, this is that one.
From our number one fan.
Yes.
Anyways, they said it was the worst thing they'd ever seen, and I agree and disagree.
I've seen a lot of
bad
really
movies.
bad. Like that's why you watch them, because they're so bad.
The problem with this one, most of it comes down to nobody knew how to make a movie.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because it's nice that it's like an all-black cast, and like there is like moments that are actually scary and well done. It's just
and they
like,
seem to be able to play off of each other pretty well as a cast.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
the bad parts is just bad execution and not knowing what you're doing.
Nobody knew what they were doing.
Or bad production, editing, etc.
The first thing you notice in this movie is the opening credits have a lot of weird grammar and spelling errors that are kind of silly. But then, like, it opens with this party scene where the extras are all talking at the same time and as loud as the main character's talking. And this is what happens throughout the entire film. So
extras need to be a little quieter.
You can't hear anything. This movie feels like a bunch of random scenes cobbled together.
Yeah, but, like I want to know more about this.
Yeah, like what
we
happened?
should look and see if there's a how did this get made movie.
I don't think
there probably isn't.
I couldn't find too much about this besides reviewers that just pick apart the funny bits. And yeah, it is funny. It's like the Room level funny bits and parts. The DJ cut them up and slice and dice or whatever that, and then they just tell you mama jokes for like 5 minutes.
I love like towards the very beginning, it's like basically just like videotape of like a step team or whatever, dance team.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, the opening scene is just dancers and then like some really bad stock letters that says Ax'Em.
Yeah.
This is pretty bad. I don't recommend it unless you like really bad kind of what the hell movies. One of my favorite parts of the movie is when the character dyed his glasses go kind of crazy. Like he flips his, it's like whoa when he dies. It's almost like Scooby-Doo. Yeah. And I feel like if this movie had more people behind it that knew what they were doing, or more money, and pushed that kind of Scooby-Doo parody silliness, this could have been a lot of fun. But unfortunately, it just kind of falls flat. It's hard to watch because you can't hear most of it or any of it.
The audio, I think, is the thing that makes it the worst, which is like not a creative fault. It's just a execution fault.
Oh yeah, the audio is terrible. They just have no idea what they're doing.
If you like really, really bad movies, I feel like Thanos, Hands of Fate, or Things are much worse than this.
Yeah, Manos is pretty good. You haven't seen that? That's a fun one. Watch the one where the Mystery Science.
Yeah, that.
Unless you're a diehard fan of bad movies, because it's kind of hard to watch otherwise. It's fun, funny, interesting story behind it as well. But this Ax'Em I don't know too much about behind the scenes.
Yeah,
so
I wish we knew more. We tried to dig up a little bit.
A little bit. I'd like to look into it some more sometime, but I thought this was an interesting thing to watch. Had some funny parts, some ridiculous, like you can hear the director making noises.
Oh yeah.
They use scenes twice in a row. It's just this just went through a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And then the weird part at the end is it like has a in memory of.
Oh.
that the date of the In Memory of is after the movie was released, so that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But again, I'm curious what happened there. Was
yeah,
it because
well,
they
still, yeah. Did
was
they just
it
get
was
pushed
it
back?
or was it or no? It was released too early. I think what it was like 1993. I think was the In Memory of, and this was released in '92.
Oh.
So I almost wonder if they had planned on working on it more and releasing it the next year, and then they just put it out anyway.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say.
I don't know. I wish we knew more.
Yeah, cause
maybe we'll do a whole thing if we find out.
But then
more.
again, like, why would it? Why? Like. Maybe they cut the. I just don't understand.
I feel like they edited it after it.
It's just.
I don't know.
I would like to see like a natural cut of this movie, not just an internet one, but
yeah,
like an
didn't
actual
you see
cut.
a comment in the YouTube? Because this is, you can watch this free on YouTube.
I
Wasn't
saw
there
somebody
a comment
was
that
like
said the
saying,
original cut was
saying that
better?
there's an original cut of this that's better.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if that kind of thing exists. Because this is such an obscure kind of thing. I'd really like to know more about it.
Yeah.
It was fascinating though. So check it out on YouTube if you want to kind of see that kind of thing. If you find out more information about it, let us know. But yeah, check it out if you like bad movies.
I'm trying to remember what Run was.
Yeah. I know what Run was.
Okay.
Wait, no.
It's on Hulu. Fairly predictable, been done, but enough twists and turns and good acting. Oh, the one with Sarah Paulson.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So next is Run.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
What was that miniseries that was on the TV that's based on the real
Oh, I think that was also on Hulu too, or something.
That
else.
has from Divergent.
Yeah.
Right?
No. What is she from?
I don't know.
She's Ramona. There's a TV series based on like this true story of this girl who was like
being abused
forced
by
the mom, to pretend that she was younger and like mentally incapable and stuff, and it's really fucked up.
This has some of those vibes. It's a little bit of a different story.
Yeah.
Again, Flowers in the Attic is another kind of this, but this is a different kind. I would say if you like those kinds of things, this is one worth watching.
So Sarah Paulson's in it, so like the acting's amazing, obviously. It's fairly predictable. Like we like predicted where this was going like first minute in, and it didn't read anything about it. So
this movie was really predictable.
It's like we said, it's been done before, but there are some twists and turns that make it kind of fun. The ending's kind of fun.
Yeah, I didn't completely expect where this was going. Even though 90% of it was predictable.
Yeah.
10% of it wasn't. And that 10% wasn't maybe enough to make this a super great movie, but it was okay.
It's free on Hulu, so if you have a Hulu subscription, I mean, I wouldn't not recommend it. It is, I gave it like a B-. But,
that's
yeah.
Searching.
Can't say much more without completely spoiling it for you, although you'll probably
that's right. Searching and Run are directed by the same person.
Yes, and that's why I was reminded that we still hadn't seen that. I was going to see it in theater, and like for whatever reason it wasn't playing anywhere that we could see it, and then I forgot to watch it later. So we finally watched that. That was a $2.99 rental, I think. I think it was on some random streaming service for free, but it was like a streaming service I've never even heard of. So you'll probably have to rent it. But that has what is that actor's name? John Cho.
Yeah, he's like this dad. His daughter's gone missing, and he uses the internet to find her or try to find her.
And it's funny because like a majority of it seems like something that would have been made during COVID because of COVID.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting.
But it was made much earlier. It was decent enough. It's not amazing, and like this kind of thing has been done before.
Yeah, we've seen the internet horror movies over and over and over again.
But there's some twists and turns that make it a little interesting.
I think the biggest problem that I had with enjoying this movie is that there's like video games that have a similar feel to this, and playing a video game is such a more involving experience. When you're watching someone else do it, it's just like, man, I kind of wish I was getting to search and solve the mystery instead of just watching someone do it. But that's just my kind of my own personal thing. I thought this was well
I
acted
appreciate
enough.
that it has an Asian cast.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is rare, actually. I mean, except for certain genres, it's rare that you see a majority of the cast even being Asian. So that's nice right now. Yeah, it's all right. If that kind of movie excites you, that kind of thriller, like whodunit kind of thing, I'd check it out. It was $2.99 to rent. It's not too expensive. I think we have one more. Yeah, just one more. The Voices, which not to be confused with the other. Like, there's so many other movies called The Voices, including one in the same year.
There's The Voices with Ryan Reynolds. And then there's
that one's good.
And then there's the voices that came out in the same year. And this is the one
and
about.
I think we did a review.
Yeah.
We will link it if we did. If not, it's like just in my notes and we haven't talked about it yet.
I'm pretty sure we have though. But the other voices is about these two sisters, and one of them has schizophrenia. And again, it's like a movie that uses disability as the plot point.
Yeah.
That kind of. I had some minor issues with that.
Especially like schizophrenia and making it out to be like something it's not.
Trying to be more sensitive to people with disabilities and people with mental health issues is like something that's super important to me.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't give a shit, you don't give a shit. That's your thing. But personally, that kind of stuff bothers me. And
but this one was not about that.
But it still kind of was, because she was blind.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it wasn't because of that.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess maybe it was.
But it kind of gave into the whole, if you're blind, you have superhuman
senses. You're right.
Now.
Yeah.
Now you're Daredevil. Didn't you know every blind person
Which
is
is
Daredevil?
a nice concept, but it's
still a stereotype.
False, and it was $6.99, so like if this is free somewhere maybe, but
this wasn't very good.
It's in theaters too.
While I enjoyed the concept, again they didn't do enough with the concept.
It was super confusing at the beginning too. I still don't know exactly
what the hell is going on and who is who. And then who is also who. Like
I had like this really interesting idea of what was going on, and that was not correct.
No, it was just this movie jumps around a lot.
Really bad therapy too. Like very beginning, the therapist gives the kid advice that I'm just like, oh no, that's terrible. Don't say that to a kid.
But the main story here is the leading actress, the blind lady, has after being in a car wreck, she's blind. She can start to hear the voices of the undead.
Yeah, it's like The Sixth Sense or The Shining or like a million other movies.
Terrible.
Yeah, except for not very.
Again, interesting concept. This movie seemed to go on forever, and I just wanted it to be over. And
then it just really.
And then
was
it gets kind of wacky at the end with the main conflict.
Oh yeah.
The people.
It completely changes tone at the very end. Yeah.
Weird movie. It didn't really know what it wanted to be.
And then it's like funny. They had they must have had just enough money for like 5 seconds with her. Actress's name is Ashley Bell. You'll probably recognize her. She's like literally in it for like 2 seconds and not used at all. So it's funny too when you go to IMDb. She's the very first one listed, so it makes it like appear that like maybe she's like a main actress, but she's not. It's really all over the place. Yeah. They jump around a lot in time without like letting you know that that's what's going on. I don't know. It really.
Yep.
Probably gave it like a C-, D+ maybe.
I don't know if it's quite C-, maybe a C.
Okay.
But it's still not great. You can probably skip this one.
Yeah. But that's all we got right now. If you have any suggestions of anything you'd like us to watch, we specifically really love horror, comedy, sci-fi, cartoons occasionally, comedy. So if you got any suggestions for us, comment below. And we'll do requests too. Like we said, we have the one fan that's been recommending us specifically terrible movies. Yeah. So if you'd like to do that too, go ahead and comment below, or contact us on any of our social medias. We'll have my link tree below for that as well. And I guess that's all we have for today.
Yep. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next.
Oh, like, subscribe, and you know the drill.
All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.